Hello, everyone. If so, here's a sample motivational speech titled Incoming. This could be used for graduations, leadership summits, or personal development events. If you have a specific tone, setting, or audience in mind, e.g., students, employees, athletes, I can tailor it more closely. Change is one of the few certainties in life. From the moment we are born, we are subjected to change. Some of it welcome, some unexpected, and some even uncomfortable. The world we live in is in a constant state of motion. Technology evolves, people come and go, and our roles and responsibilities shift over time. To ignore or resist change is to deny the very nature of life itself. Instead, recognizing that change is always incoming helps us stay mentally alert. In doing so, we gain the power to shape how we respond rather than being shaped by it. When we anticipate change, we position ourselves to make proactive choices rather than reactive decisions. It's not always about having full control, because we often don't, but about preparing our minds and emotions for transitions. This mental readiness creates a sense of inner stability even when the external world feels uncertain. Whether it's graduating, changing careers, or moving cities, readiness is a form of strength. By expecting the unexpected, we reduce the shock of disruption. This preparation allows us to face incoming changes with clarity rather than confusion. Fear is one of the biggest barriers when it comes to dealing with change. We often associate the unknown with risk, and that fear can cause hesitation or even paralysis. But in truth, fear is just an emotion born from uncertainty, not an accurate prediction of failure. When we shift our mindset to see change as a teacher rather than a threat, we empower ourselves. Facing our fears in times of transition is a necessary step toward growth. Therefore, we must train ourselves to be courageous even when we're unsure. One of the best ways to be ready for change is to build adaptability into our daily lives. This means keeping an open mind, being willing to learn new things, and not holding too tightly to comfort zones. Adaptability doesn't mean giving up control. It means adjusting without losing our core values. Just as trees bend in the wind to avoid breaking, we too must stay flexible in the face of life's forces. Embracing flexibility helps us stay strong in times of transition and turn challenges into opportunities. Resilience is the companion of readiness. Change often comes with setbacks, and not every new chapter begins smoothly. However, people who are resilient don't allow one hard moment to define their entire journey. They understand that stumbling is part of progress. Readiness means not only expecting challenges, but also accepting that some will come with pain or loss. The ability to recover, to get back up, and to try again is what sets successful people apart. Through resilience, we build a mindset that welcomes change as part of the process of becoming better. Seekers! Every new phase of life, whether anticipated or not, teaches us something. Change brings fresh perspectives, forces us to rethink our priorities, and often leads us to undiscovered strengths. People who are ready for change don't just survive transitions, they use them as launch pads for growth. A change in environment might bring new relationships. Career shift could uncover a passion. Even failure can offer lessons we wouldn't have learned otherwise. Seeing value in change encourages us to welcome it with a sense of curiosity rather than fear. Being ready for change also means taking care of our emotional well-being. Transitions can be draining, and without emotional awareness, we may find ourselves overwhelmed. Developing healthy habits such as mindfulness, self-reflection, and emotional regulation equips us to better handle incoming changes. Support systems also play a key role. Having people we trust can make all the difference. Readiness isn't just about external preparation, but about internal alignment. When we are emotionally grounded, we are more capable of making wise decisions in the face of uncertainty. One way to stay ready is to keep learning. Lifelong learners are naturally more open to change because they're used to engaging with new ideas. Education, whether formal or informal, broadens our horizons and gives us the tools to understand and navigate change. Reading, asking questions, attending workshops, or even learning from daily experiences keeps us mentally agile. When change is incoming, knowledge acts as both armor and compass. The more we know, the better we adapt. Committing to continuous learning keeps us in step with a world that never stops evolving. In the end, readiness for change isn't about predicting the future. It's about preparing ourselves for whatever it brings. It's a mindset rooted in flexibility, courage, resilience, and growth. By choosing to see change not as a disruption, but as an invitation, we reframe our entire experience of life. We stop resisting and start participating. Life is a series of transitions, and those who are ready for the incoming waves ride them with purpose and confidence. In being ready, we become not just survivors of change, but leaders within it. We often wait for something to arrive, opportunities, breakthroughs, or the perfect moment. But what if we realize that we are what's incoming? Each of us is a force of change, potential, and purpose entering the world every single day. Rather than standing still, we are moving forward into situations, roles, and spaces that are waiting for what we bring. Every person has a unique energy, voice, and impact that the world needs. Understanding that we are not passive receivers, but active participants changes everything. You're not just watching the future arrive, you are part of what's arriving. When we see ourselves as what's incoming, it calls for a shift in responsibility. No longer can we wait for someone else to fix the problem or take the first step. It is up to us to bring our ideas, integrity, and initiative into the spaces we enter. Whether it's a classroom, a job, a relationship, or a community, we are the ones meant to spark something new. The future is not waiting for a hero, it's waiting for you. Realizing this empowers you to act now instead of hoping someone else will. The idea that we are what's incoming reminds us that presence matters. How we show up, our mindset, our energy, our intention, has the power to influence everything around us. Even small interactions become meaningful when we realize we're not just existing, but impacting. Every time you walk into a room, you bring possibility. Every time you speak, you shape perspective. Every time you act, you move something forward. Knowing this helps us live more deliberately and value every space we step into. Your presence is not neutral. It carries weight, and that weight can create change. Too often, people underestimate themselves. They think their ideas are too small, their voice is too quiet, or their experience is too limited. But being what's incoming isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up with authenticity and purpose. The world doesn't need flawless people. It needs real people who are willing to grow, speak up, and act. You bring a perspective no one else has. When you believe in your own value, you stop shrinking and start stepping. You become a light in dark spaces, a solution in broken systems. You become exactly what was missing. This mindset also encourages action over delay. Many people hold themselves back, waiting for the right time to start something important. But you don't need more permission. You need more boldness. The time for you to begin is now. There will always be uncertainties, but stepping forward despite them is what leadership looks like. The world's most impactful people didn't wait for perfect conditions. They moved with courage. When you understand that you are what's incoming, hesitation fades. You take your place in the story, not as a spectator, but as a writer of the next chapter. Stepping into your moment also requires self-awareness. You must know who you are, what you value, and what you bring. This doesn't mean you need all the answers, but it means asking the right questions. What drives me? What matters to me? What am I uniquely positioned to do? As you clarify your identity and mission, you walk into opportunities with confidence. You don't imitate others, you offer something original. And that originality is what gives your arrival meaning. The more you know yourself, the more intentional your impact becomes. It's important to remember that stepping into your moment isn't about spotlight or recognition. It's about contribution. You may never be publicly acknowledged, but your influence will still ripple outward. A kind word, a brave decision, or a creative solution can change someone's life or inspire a movement. Your moment might not look like a stage. It might look like a conversation, a risk, a quiet act of courage. But it still matters. You are incoming not to be seen, but to serve. The value of your presence is not in how loud it is, but how lasting. As you step forward, resistance will come. Doubt, criticism, and obstacles will test your resolve. But these are signs that you're on the right path. Only those who move forward face resistance. And when it comes, remember this: you were made for this. You were equipped not just to arrive, but to overcome. Each challenge is proof that your presence has power, that you're disrupting something that needed changing. Don't retreat. Keep showing up. Keep speaking up. The world needs more people who understand they are what's incoming and refuse to back down. In the end, the future isn't just approaching. You are the future approaching it. Your gifts, your story, your actions are part of what shapes tomorrow. When you realize that you are not waiting for the moment, but are the moment, everything shifts. You stop holding back and start leaning in. You move with intention and speak with purpose. You create momentum just by walking in truth. Well, the next chapter doesn't begin when something arrives. It begins when you arrive, and when you do, arrive fully, boldly, and ready, because you are exactly what this moment has been waiting for.